Yeah, Sedillo. Heart and hand. Heart and hand, my eyes search the perilous sky and say, what did they see? My feet never reached any purple mountain's majesty, but my ears have kissed the tongue of that revivalist thump from Gettysburg to Mason-Dixon when the Civil War never ended and Lincoln never lived, at least not as it was written in histories, never learned, so we're bound to repeat them in histories, never learned, so we're bound to keep singing, oh captain, my captain, drunk on blood anthems, blind patriots, raised flags and fallen veterans, amidst the hymns, the bitterness of fairy tales, best woven to song from dawn's early light to twilight's last gleam, from Plymouth Rock to Dred Scott, from smallpox to church bomb, from black bodies swinging in the summer breeze, the endless blood of countless wounded knees, old glory. We are born, witness to the sins of your soil, O pioneer, rich off that manifest, off that Go West, that Gold Coast, that gold rush, all that gold dust of all that California dreams are made of, all made to play a part, sing along to hum a bar in Thanksgiving of that genocide opera, say. Can you feel it? The birth of a nation. Red lines and segregation, boarding schools and reservations, Mexican kids beaten in class for speaking Spanish, the Lakota forced to pray Christian, Western civilization is citizen fiction, white hats, white men, and sunsets, Walter White, how much Mexican bloodshed for 1 hour of conquest, entertainment, or melting pot. How these bones have grown the hellish kitchen of your marrow-shaking tribalism, of your Ellis Island, of your George M. Cohen, of your Don Corleone, of your Yankee Doodle dandy, your post-racial American Idol, of your Jay-Z and Don King, of your only in America cannot be so poor you dream of becoming so rich. Oh, America, take me with you, make me an offer I can't refuse, beat me till I believe, till I fall to my knees, till my eyes and teeth bleed, to sing of thee, O soldier, high on that bloodlust, that blood rush, on all that American dreams are made of. I'm made to kill for that, to rape for flags, to carve that face to the sides of mountains. Oh captain, my captain, that will glow in your shadows, that will bleed for your anthems. Old pirates, come to rob them, come to kill prophets born of the red flare of rockets. They'll take their hearts in their hands, push your lies to the lips, fill the lungs with their hymns, never knowing the histories that bound them to singing in amber waves of chains as they danced on bones, drunk off graves for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh, say. Can you see it? How you guys doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a couple new ones for you guys. I want to kind of open up like that, and now I want to do some new ones. Commercial. Actually, I'm gonna be at Cal State's Northridge on Tuesday, leading a workshop there. I think it's open to the public. I gotta design it. I think we're doing a fair pay. I'm not sure, but it'll be good. Hopefully. So here's a new poem. Hopefully this is good too. I hope. Here we go.
This is my out of the closet special.
Nice jacket. There we go. Sundown, Levittown, Fort Apache, Dirty Harry, Plymouth Colony, Andrew Jackson, filtered through pavement, the citizen civilian of conquest pour in. Little products into little boxes where buffalo once danced and humans once being, now citizens, civilized, fed, but not free, now pay toll to pavement, littered, glittering strip malls with city lights and monuments and copyrights at your feet, the apartments. Above you, rolling hills of privilege, been a long time since those rabbits chased for carrots, 6 generations from pogrom, 8 from famine, you are white now. You are nowhere, if not safe. Safe is an illusion bound by anthem and allegiance, denial and disconnect, a reasonable suspicion, nightmare, and national skin. The threat is not external, it is stitched to the wagon's thread. Extraction, expansion. The winning of the West, Lewis and Clark, Smith and Wesson circle the wagon with bloodshed and slave sweat. The crack of the whip, the law of 3/5, the crowned republic of King Cotton, the intended failings of Reconstruction, the housing covenants that greeted great migrations is the same. So the Mexicans reduced them to peasants, the same old story since 1846. The adventures of Uncle Sam, the stick-up man. Show me your papers now, give me your labor, from Jamestown to the Rio Grande. Stolen labor, stolen land, fog lifts, Lady Liberty. Dust kicks manifest destiny, picket fence, white flight, and the model minority. The suburbs are a dream within a dream within a dream, an America within America within America. Rally for safer communities, for SB 1070, for minimum sentencing, for gang injunction, for Prop 187. Vote against Willie Horton. Vote against your own self-interest. This will keep you safe when you don't even own the ground you walk upon. 40 years on the job, 40 years, pension gone, great recession, structural unemployment, jobless recovery, student debt, crystal meth, heroin epidemic, minimum sentencing, 3-strike law, and neighborhood watch will protect you when the sheriff comes to knock. This is not good for you. This has made you hateful. The threat is not external. The safe is an illusion. The air is toxic. The water is poison. And the suburbs are filled with asbestos. And America is a dream hanging on by a wagon's thread. So I wrote that today. What do you guys think? It's good? I just get off corporation out, man. Alright, cool. I'm glad. I appreciate the feedback. So recently I got to lead a workshop over at Claremont McKenna. And they wanted, it was kind of funny because this is what I do actually for a living. I perform and I speak at universities and I lead workshops. And I'm very, very fortunate to do that. And they asked me to come do this, and like a day before, they asked I was supposed to do a set for scripts that very night. And they say like, do you have a poem on mental health? And of course I lie and say, oh yeah, of course. And I figure I'll just write something, right? And then like, great, 30 minutes set mental health. So I had to write like 6 new poems on like mental health, and only one of them I thought was any good. So I'll share that with you guys, see what you think. Or I won't, if this takes too long, because that's actually awkward. I'll be standing here and I'll just do one off my head.
We're experiencing technical difficulties.
You know what? Just one's off the top of my head. All right, here's one of my did for that. This was actually that homelessness, the struggles that many people go through. Called Jail Fort. December 26, 2006. A homeless man shuffles down the way of Main Street, downtown, Anywhere, USA. It is the same day that Gerald Ford died. So I'm walking down the street and I'm thinking they finally did it. Day after Christmas, the flags at half-mast, the politicians, the preachers, the ad men, they moved on. Jesus Christ, they killed them off. Which is a big problem, for me anyhow. People are already broke and are trying to cash in on whatever let their giving spirit first tip. Never beg. That's right. There's a right and a wrong way to do everything. Secondly, more importantly, never let on that you have nowhere to go. Try and convince them you have somewhere you call home. See, anyone could end up stranded. It takes a special case to have absolutely nothing, no one, nowhere, no place like maybe they deserve it. So I hit this kid, look, listen, I'm not really from around here. He flinches, steps back, so I ask, hey man, what's up with the flag? Hallelujah, I say, Jesus Christ lives and he saves. Next year, there'll be soup and sweaters. These things aren't look so hot for jail for, huh? Day after Christmas, and people crying, flying the flag low for Gerald fucking Ford. See that funny though? So I'm dying out here. I am dying out here. I am dying out here, but all I ever seem to hear is I've got problems with the youth. Far too many of them trying to be hard on the street. Well, see, I got the exact opposite problem. These streets, well, they've been pretty damn hard on me. Because with or without a weapon drawn, I've slept in alleys and tunnels where the wind cuts you to shreds. Blows through you like cannonballs. Yeah, I'm so down and out, it's downright criminal. So it's punk cops, punk kids, security guards, and the cops all fighting back. It brings one thing. Can you guess? More cops and all the politicians, the policemen, the businesses, they're all in unison. We are far and away the city's biggest problem. We'll bring it on, you Nazis. What's your final solution? Because I ain't going nowhere, because I can't. Bet you when I got here right, we'll forget that, because see, I want some answers. And I'm the sweet hereafter, some final chapters in here and now. Questions like, why must I beg? Why must I lie? You think this couldn't happen to you? You think you're better than me? What's so different about the air that you breathe? A national day of mourning for Gerald Ford. Will you tell me this? What 21 gun salute will I receive? Or the hundreds of millions, the millions just like me, sleeping in the street, begging for your trash, living off your scraps, who will so much as lower their head or clasp their hands when we pass by you every day. And I know you're not to blame. But neither am I. You see, it's like I said, I'm not really from around here. I just want to go home. And I'd gladly be on my way if you can spare some change. Every little helps. Oh, I appreciate this. I really do. Merry Christmas. God bless you. So one more, and I'd be remiss to say that my mother is here. I'm originally from El Sereno, 6 poems about El Sereno. And my mom, she used to take me to the Alhambra Library, and she used to check me out books like where the wild things are, and it's kind of neat because like my mom really raised me around like a lot of culture and around a lot of things, and we would go like Shakespeare in the park and do all kinds of stuff like that. And raising around like a real affordable type culture, and it was really funny because I remember when I was like 3, we went to go see Hamlet, and I don't even remember the scene, but there's a scene where Hamlet is hearing the sins of his mother, and he doesn't want to hear anymore. He's like, "Mother, speak to me no more." So then I went home and I was playing with my toys, and I had left other toys somewhere else, and my mom was like, "You gotta pick those other ones up before you play with these ones." I'm like, "Mother, speak to me no more." So I was quoting Shakespeare at 3. Destined. All right, so this last poem is called El Sereno. Like I said, I'm very fortunate to be able to perform and to do workshops at universities throughout the country, really. Actually, I just opened up talks at the Harvard Writing Workshop, so they may bring me in the fall. Isn't that crazy? That's nuts. It's nuts for me, anyways. And so I'm really excited about that. But sometimes, doing these workshops, I get asked questions like, to provide people with, some talk about myself, and they ask me questions like, can you provide us with an example of a Latino experience? To which I respond, "Chale, when I was 6, I lost a tooth, and I put it in the pillow. In the morning, it was gone." That's my Latino experience. Go to hell. That being said, here's a poem from myself. I was born on the east side of Los Angeles, across the tracks from Van and Steel, an industrial petrified forest. Across the steps, a giant green tarp protected customers and gossipers, our abuelitas, from rays of sun and the bombs of birds. They spoke Spanish, sold mangoes, papayas, and cherries, my favorite. And as a child, I could never quite make the connection between the broken and empty bottles across the steps and the broken and empty men who poured out the rust factories from across the tracks. So my cousins and I would gather and throw rocks of dirt aimed directly for the head, and the men would yell back something like, "What do you kids know about life?" And we yell back, "Take that, drunks!" That was messed up. But that's just how it was. Growing up, where valley climbs up and over meets over. El Sereno, the 1950s. My mother's father, a technician by trade, by birth, a prince of men. In a backwards kingdom that held him back. For the radiance of unapologetic brown skin raised a family of 6 on a single income. There was hard fought genius in me, older than my mother's womb. December 18th, 1981. After months of fear and absence, my father makes his return. My aunt moves to her hospital bed. She does not want to see you. You know what you did. It would be best for everyone if you were just to leave. My mother holds her newborn, her only begotten son. There is a pain in me, older than my father's blood. As a child, I could never quite make the connection between his fingers and on my throat, and the sorrow in his chest, the suffering older than my father's bones. His father's whiskey, grandfather's short temper, long-lived legacy to time. History does not care to remember because beatings are not fit for scrapbooks, and genealogies of shame rarely make their way to the oral tradition of campfire. There is a burning in my heart that time cannot trace. No doubt for my fathers, the suburbs treated me different. One day in the workforce, I told my boss, "Last night I met a woman, beautiful and intelligent." Asked where at, Boyle Heights, where's that? East side of Los Angeles. Asked incredulous, "You met an intelligent woman in East Los Angeles?" I wanted to slap the cavalry from his smirk. Beat the manifest destiny out of his name badge, the needing a paycheck. I stood in the weakness of silence, the pain and anguish of generations long past, alive and sickened in my chest. There is a shame attempted upon us, older than the tongues of bigots. Walked off job, marched off lot, fist up for the cause, because in a world that has told us no, that has told us different, I've chosen yes. Yes, I am Chicano. Yes, mestizo, yes, indigenous, I have brown skin and bleed red. Yes, unafraid and unashamed, my passion, my potential, my intelligence,